Thank you very much. Thank you for waiting this long. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fifth day of our bootcamp today, and we are going to focus on translating articles. So, I'll just hand over the mic to Kuyet to take over from here. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Kambai, and good evening, everyone. I welcome everyone to today's session on the Mentor Me program organized by the Tyap Wikimedians User Group. So, once again, you are welcome. So, without wasting much of our time, maybe I'll just delve into it direct because today we'll be having some series of translation to do. Let us see how these things are being done. So, we are going to show it firsthand here so that we can all see how it is being done. But before then, let's look at what the theoretical part is saying. So please permit me to share my screen. Okay, so I believe you can all see my screen. So just get to it. As always, you have to go through the standard procedures, right? So this is the Tier Canadians User Group. So you click on it, the first one, the Meta Wiki. Then from here, you can find your way through the Mentor Me section. Click on it. Then looking at the duration of the program, August to December, you click on it. Awesome. Now from here now, this is our official landing page for the Mentor Me program. Now, looking at today's date, today is Thursday, 14th of August 2025, and we will be focusing on translating articles. Our topic is we'll be focusing on translating articles. So, because of the timing that we have and some of the work we need to do, I would like to move with a little bit of speed to do. Okay, sorry. I would like to move with a little bit of speed today. Yeah. So this is it, translating articles. So looking at our content here, we have about 16 pages to check through. But I will try to see if I can use like 20 minutes to wrap up this. So let us brace up. For those of us who have our writing material handy, please, you have to follow. All right. So, training articles. A training intended specifically for editors who are translating a Wikipedia articles from a foreign language into their native language. So, as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have multiple native languages that we might not understand. So, aside from the TIAP, we also have the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Hausa, we have the Igala, we have other ones, and we
Pidgin
also
English.
have sorry,
We have Pidgin English.
awesome. Yeah, I just want to talk about that. So a lot of us have been speaking pidgin on the streets, but trust me, pidgin is another language of its own as far as Nigerian languages is concerned, and we also have it the pidgin Wikipedia, which is currently very active. And I think maybe during the practical session, maybe we might likely delve into the pigeon so that we can all see because I believe that would be a neutral ground for us to flow. All right, so let's get into it. Welcome. Translating articles on Wikipedia builds bridges between cultures. There is a wall of knowledge about historical figures, ideas, and events on other Wikipedias in other languages beyond the English Wikipedia. So when you hear Wikipedia, a lot of people just think it is just all about English. No, but it is way beyond that. We have now over 300 languages as far as Wikipedia is concerned, which is currently active on Wikipedia. Now, this training module will show will show you what you need to know as you find, translate, and polish a Wikipedia article. Ideally, you will have already completed the introduction to Wikipedia model and understand Wikipedia's culture. By the end of this module, you should be able to answer the following questions. One, how do I find Wikipedia articles in non-English Wikipedias? What are the best practices for translating articles? How do I move my translation from my sandbox workspace into the main space? Which I believe for those of us who were present yesterday, we have been shown how to actually do this, move our articles from the sandbox workspace into the main space. So the main space is also known as the live Wikipedias. So where everybody in the world can have access to them. That is also the main space. While the sandbox is just like our working ground, where we just go to develop our articles and to work on them. So once we feel they are okay, then we can move them to the main space. So the main space is the actual Wikipedia where everybody can have access to content. Now moving on. Finding Wikipedia articles in other languages. So there are, okay, this was not updated. So, but currently we have more than 300 Wikipedias. So each has its own language, and within those Wikipedias, the content is unique. For example, the English Wikipedia has more than 5 million articles. As we speak currently now, we have more than 7 million articles on the English Wikipedia. Now, the Japanese Wikipedia, however, has less than 1 million. The Maori Wikipedia has fewer than 10,000 articles. Because each Wikipedia is unique, so are the articles it creates. So, for the fact that they are all called Wikipedia does not mean they should look alike. So they are all unique. All these languages Wikipedia. If you go to the Tyap Wikipedia, for example, you will see it is just the design of the interface is way unique and different from the English Wikipedia. So that is the uniqueness, and everybody has the right to design their interface the way they feel it is appropriate for them. So that means there's likely to be high quality articles in another language Wikipedia than you might find in the English Wikipedia. So with all these things, it means it is not only in English Wikipedia that you can have a standard articles. Even in other language Wikipedias, you can find more standard articles than even in the English Wikipedia. So how can you find high quality articles in other languages? Let's look at it. Now, find your own articles. If your instructor has assigned an article for you to translate, you can skip this finding articles slide. If you are looking for an article to translate, there are three ways to do that. Now let's look at the three ways. Now, finding articles. Option one here says, when looking for articles to translate, you are doing a great service to Wikipedia. There's already a backlog of articles that Wikipedians are requested someone translate into English. You can find this page by typing category articles needed translation from other 8 languages Wikipedia. Okay, okay, for other foreign language Wikipedias. So look at it. If you want to find them, just type category and then enter the word articles needing translation from foreign language Wikipedias into the Wikipedia search bar. So this will give you a full list of articles that Wikipedias have requested to have translated. This is an easy way to find articles and to help out a fellow Wikipedian. So, by the word Wikipedian here, I think we all know what Wikipedian is. A Wikipedian is an editor of Wikipedia. So that he or she is called a Wikipedian. So please note this today. So for those of us who have been active right from the start of this mentoring session, I believe we have been doing one or two work through by doing our assignment. We are now to be known as Wikipedia. But gradually now we'll graduate from Wikipedia to Wikimedian. And when the time comes, we'll tell you why. Now let's move to the option two, the next option for finding articles. Now the option two here says, using the English Wikipedia, find an article that interests you. Good places to start are those that reflect something distinct about the culture related to the language of study. Then look to the left of the page in the gray bar beneath the Wikipedia globe. At the tail end of that list of links. You will see the languages and links to all of the languages that also have that article. Now, languages are spelled in the local alphabet or phonics of the language you are studying. For example, you won't see Japanese or French. You can only see this. If I call it now, a lot of us will get confused. So let me just keep quiet. You see this. It is also Japanese. Now you see this one. This is Francais instead of French. So if you go there looking for French, you might not see French. You might already see the actual writing, which is Francais. Now, in the language you are studying listed, is the language you are studying listed? If so, click the language to see the same article in that language. You can compare the two articles to get the sense of what one has that the other does not. If not, that means there is no corresponding articles in that language. You will want to keep digging. So, which means research. Keep digging. Now, the option 3 here says head to the Wikipedia in the language you are studying in the search bar. Type Wikipedia. This WP stands for Wikipedia, and then the GA, which is a language code for the language. This will keep also work with Wikipedia using non-Roman alphabet. Now you will be taken to the list of good articles on that language Wikipedia, the best article it has to offer. You may need to find the page that lists them if it is separated. Find a good article on your target language Wikipedia. Check the bar on the site to see if there is a corresponding article in English. If there isn't, great. You can translate the articles into English and contribute it to the English Wikipedia. Now, these are just practical terms on how to actually access this other language Wikipedia. So we have about three options. Now, sometimes the article exists, but it is very short. That is okay. However, if both languages have well-developed pages on the topic, you will want to find another article. It can be very challenging to add content to an already developed articles. So you just focus on looking for those articles that are not well developed in order to develop them well. So this is what the option 3 is saying. Now let's look at the next page. Now, comparing articles. As I stated earlier, sometimes you see some of these languages have more developed articles than the English Wikipedia. Now, here is an example of an article from the French Wikipedia that will make a good candidate for translating into English. So, which means we are not only focusing on translating from English to other language. It is also we should also note that we can also translate from other languages into English. Now, looking at this particular article, if you look at it, this is an article on Tombellina, that's the mini horse, the world's smallest horse as it appears on the French Wikipedia. It is listed as a good article equivalent on the French Wikipedia, which is indicated by a star at the top of the page. By clicking on the gray sidebar, you can see that English is listed. If you click on the English article, you will see something very different. So just as I said, the interface for these Wikipedias are uniquely different. Because you are used to the English Wikipedia, that does not mean if you go to the other language Wikipedia, they must appear as if they were in the English Wikipedia. No. So they are all uniquely different. So you need to know the difference about all these things for you to navigate them properly. Now, looking at this, so this one here, as you are seeing, this one is an article about Tombellina from the French Wikipedia. Now look at how it is in the English. This one down here is for the English Wikipedia, and you can see how short it is, which means the one in English actually needs help. The English article about Tambellina actually needs help. So it is okay for us to also translate from English, from other languages into English, not necessarily from English to other language. So that is why this Mentor Me is here to actually bring in more editors into the fold. Because as you all know, we have a lot of language, a lot of knowledge gap, especially within our region, the Middle Belt, Stan, Nigeria. So as we are all here, it is all we are the one to fix all this mess. Now, a quick glance shows that the French articles on Tombellina the mini horse is significantly better developed than the English article. Looking closer, you will see the French article relies on more and better sources. This is a great example of an article you can develop on English Wikipedia through translating the French article. So we also have some articles even in the Tyap Wikipedia that are not currently existing on the English Wikipedia. So for those of us who are familiar with the Tyap language, you can read, you can do us well, you can do the whole thing. You can as well develop the English Wikipedia through translating from Tyap to English. All right, so moving on, let's go to the next page. So from here now, we'll be talking about the sandboxes, which I believe most of us are familiar with already. So your sandbox is a personal wiki page where you can practice editing, plan out articles, draft articles, or just experiment without impacting the article main space on Wikipedia. Remember what I said in the main space, that is the actual Wikipedia that me and you are always seeing visible, that we are always reading, we are also always going for our research. So it is the main space. It is called the main space Wikipedia. So what we do in our sandboxes is our own personal workspace that nobody should come there and start telling you what to do and how to do. Just do your own thing. You might likely want to practice or you are trying to develop an article. Your sandbox is the best place to do that, which is what we call live article. So the one on the Wikipedia, the main page is called the live article. So while you may have seen elsewhere that it's a bad idea to copy and paste an entire article into your sandbox, it is perfectly okay to paste a foreign language Wikipedia article into your sandbox. So during your translation, remember we said you shouldn't copy an article from the source where you are getting them from and paste them in your workspace, that is in your sandbox during when you are developing an article. But here now we are told that it is perfectly okay to paste a foreign language Wikipedia into your sandbox for the purpose of translation. So the other way is okay. What is good for the gander, as far as this one is concerned, is not good for the goose. So you can copy, paste it on other language Wikipedia on your sandbox and do your translation. But it is not okay to avoid some kind of issues. It's not okay for us to copy from other sources on the English and try to summarize them on the sandbox of the English Wikipedia. So, however, it is important that you copy and paste the wiki codes, not just the articles. So click edit source. At the very top of the article, you will see the source code. Copy the source code, paste the source code into your sandbox and save it. Verify that the article's references are carried out over to your sandbox version. Now, if the references don't appear, do the following. So these are just other steps that you can actually go in case your references does not appear. It means there's something you are missing. So these are some of the steps that you can just go in and then fix that problem. So adding this back in should auto generate a list of references you have carried over. However, you can always reference the citing your sources training module. So always come back here anytime you have difficulty in trying to make a translation. You can always come back to this place and check. Now, notes on translating. Don't feel the need to maintain the structure or phrase of the original. If you are working with an existing article on the English Wikipedia, you will likely find the two articles have a completely independent structure. Even with new articles, don't feel you need to make your translation conform to the original articles. So what this one is saying is the fact that you are trying to make translation, you should avoid the temptation of you trying to make your translation page look like the original page. For example, you copy an information from the English Wikipedia and you want to translate it into Niger Pidgin, for example, or Tiap Wikipedia, for example. So the way it looks in English, it might not look like that after you finish your translation. So just have this at the back of your mind. It might not look exactly the same. So there will be some structural differences between the original and the translated version. Now, if the portion of the article appear to lack good sources, use your best judgment as you translate those sections. Go ahead and leave out unsourced material altogether. Now, sometimes you might find out that the articles you are trying to translate, translating it from one language to another. For example, you want to translate from the language Wikipedia into the English. Sometimes the language might have some exception in terms of citation and references. They might have some exception, but the English does not have. So at this point, you might want to use your best judgment to judge whatsoever you are doing as far or provide references on your own. So it means you can go and get an article about a language, Wikipedia, and then you can go using your own best judgment. You can also go to the English news or other platform to get your citation from there and include in this one. So it may be necessary to add material explaining terms in cultural concept. So all these things we will get to know them best as we proceed. Now, next page is telling us about evaluating articles. If you start from a good articles on Wikipedia, that means it is being evaluated by Wikipedia to contain quality sources. Other articles, however, may require a more critical eyes. In any event, be careful to write your article with a neutral point of view and to avoid original research. In other words, avoid making connections or conclusions in your writing that don't exist in the source article. So what this one is saying now is that when you are translating your article, sometimes you might want to use your best judgment in terms of seeing the whole article with a neutral point of view. So, issue of being biased because this article is coming from my region, it is my friend, I'm creating an article for him. So there are some information, personal information you might know about that person, which are not on the original source you got the information from. Remember, Wikipedia is not a primary source of information, it is not a secondary source, but it is a tertiary source, which means whatever article you are creating must have had the secondary source where you are getting those information from. So, where you get those information, just stick to the information you got from there. Do not try to assume because you know somebody personally or you know an information firsthand, you should bring in some other cooked story and add to it. This might get you into trouble if you persist on this one. So for more help on translating with critical eye, check out the Evaluating Wikipedia brochure or the Evaluating Wikipedia training module. So you might like to actually dig deep again to understand all these concepts. Moving on. Now, crediting your source article. Even your translation varies widely from the source. You must credit the articles you are working from. Now, here is how. A. When you create the new article in your sandbox, or when you add translated content to an existing article, you will be asked for an edit summary. Remember, when we create article and you want to publish it, there's a point where you have to write the summary of what you just did as regard to that particular work you did. Whether you are creating a new article or you are making translation. So it is important for you to fill in the summary box to say what you actually do. So content in this edit is translated from the existing French Wikipedia articles at this one, the FR here now is telling us this is the code for French. French. The language code for French, that's FR. Now, after here now you have to like write the exact name of the French article. So for example, you are translating from French to English. After at the end of the translation now you have to write it in your summary box what you just did. You translated it and then you put it as it is like this from the language code, which means it will link whosoever want to review that work or whosoever want to go back to check the authenticity of that work, it will just link the person directly to the source where you get it from. So B also place the template on your new article top page. When you add A to your edit summary, remember that the FR is in the code for the language you are studying. If you don't know the language code, look the URL of the Wikipedia you are translating from. You will see a two-letter code at the start of the web address. For example, JA Wikipedia.org. Ja.wikipedia.org is Japanese. So the JA is the language code for Japanese. And if you are looking for a language code for TIAP, you will not just say it is TY. No, it is not TY. So each language code are very unique and are very different. The fact that this one start with their initials does not mean all other languages must start with their initial. So for TIAP, the language code for TIAP is KCG. KCG. So here now they are telling you see a two-letter code. Remember, there is also more than two-letter codes for language codes. So the one for TIAP is KCG, and the one for Zhu language I think is Catch. That's KAJ. So those are the language codes. No, so you will link to the article using the JA rather than FR, which is the French Wikipedia. Now let's move on. Now, the review here is telling us that now let's quickly review some learnings from this assignment. Now, this is a moment of truth to also know who is following and who is not. So here we are about to go into our test questions where we'll be asked to answer some questions. So I would like us to pay keen attention. Though this one I don't think it will be so difficult for us. Now, looking at it. Now, copy translation quiz. True or false? You shouldn't copy and paste an article from a foreign language Wikipedia into your sandbox. Is this statement true? We're
True,
telling us
False.
false, false.
False.
false. So false. So let's confirm that. So false is actually correct. So you can actually copy a foreign language into your sandbox and translate. Remember, I said copying the English, as far as it is, the opposite language is foreign to the other. So it is okay for you to also copy the English into your sandbox if you are translating from other. Please, we should mute our mic. Let's mute our mic, please. So when you talk about the foreign language, English is also a foreign language to another language. So also another language is foreign to English. So once it comes to issue of translation, it is okay for you to copy from English Wikipedia or English source and paste it in your sandbox and do the translation there. So that you everything will be like eye for an eye. But when it comes to the English Wikipedia, you are working on the English Wikipedia, creating an article. It is advised not to copy from the original source and paste it on your sandbox for the purpose of summary to avoid some problems. Now let's move to the next one. Now crediting translations. True or false? Your translation is an original work, so you don't have to credit the original source. Your translation is an original work, so you don't have to credit
It's
the
false.
original source. True or false?
It's false.
False. Also, it means we are following. So, correct. Linking to the source article isn't enough to verify the statement in an article. You will want to cite the sources used in the articles you are translating, even in the English version of the article. So, this is actually false. So, your translation is an original work. You don't have to credit the original. No, this is not true. So you must credit the original, irrespective of where you are getting it from. Now, citing sources, true or false? Because you are linking to a source article, you don't have to cite sources in your translation.
False.
False.
False. It's
Awesome.
false.
So it means these people now they are just trying to use our heads, right? All right. So we've got them on this one. So false is the correct answer. Linking the source. Am I? My speaker is echoing. Okay. Linking to the source article isn't enough to verify the statement in the article. You will want to cite the source used in the articles you are translating, even in the English version. So this is what it is. So remember, what we just did here is also the same thing as what is expected of you to do in your own assignment. So please, immediately after this today's session, we should go back and wrap up our assignment. So thank you so very much. I think from here, this should be the end of it. So that is it. Now you should know everything you need to know to get started as a translation assignment for your course. Happy editing! You are making a meaningful contribution to the cross-cultural content on Wikipedia. You can review this training at any point. So thank you so very much for listening. And at this point, I would like to know if there is any question before we move to the practical session. Is there any question based on what we have just discussed right now? Awesome. So without wasting much of our time, I think we'll just delve into it. Please, I would like to encourage each and every one of us to please stick to this one because we might need it. The practical session is going to be very impacting and we will need it. So please stick to it. Stick to it. Now, at this point, without wasting time, I would like to hand over the mic to come by for to take us on the practical session. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Greg, for the lesson today, for the theory part of it. And so I will just take us over through the practical part of it. But then let me just visit the what we call it, the outreach dashboard, and then I'll show us what we have done. And if you see that your own work is good, then fine. So this is our homepage for the program. I'll share again in the chat box what I'm I'm sharing. Okay, I've not started sharing yet, sorry. So let me just share my screen and then the advance. Yeah. So this is the page. Once you click on the link, you are coming here. And yesterday, the outreach dashboard link was added here. If you check after online, you see outreach dashboard here and then in person. So you don't have to go through this place anymore. So from here, when you click here, you are straight in the outreach dashboard. So um, yesterday we were given some assignments and more lessons were taken, and you see we have T2M still yet to do his own assignment, and Orekundi has finished up everything. Obukan Peter, no, JJ Zama, no, Danjuma too has finished up everything. Andika, no, Dokas has finished everything. Lamba, no, El Hussein, no, Sat, no, Elmax, no, Sankwais has just done two, and the next level remaining one lesson to go, and Zeron has finished everything. So we are just improving every day by day. So I think we are making progress. But then it's good that as we study the theoretical part of it, we also do the practical part of it because yesterday was mainly practical, and we were all giving assignment. We are all giving articles. If you look at the list here, you see your assigned article that was given to you that you would have to do, and some of us actually did create articles like Rekundi was able to create something, but he has not moved it yet to the main space. So you are encouraged to move the article to the main space so that by the time we click on this one, it is going to show us the article in the English Wikipedia. But if I want to go to his own article now, I'll have to search for his own username before. Uh, so I would have to go to his own sandbox before I'll be able to view that very article. So, so I can't even find it yet, but he has put it in the group. It is there in the general group on WhatsApp. So the same thing with Guacap also. Danjuma, he has done his own assignment. He has created an article, and it is there in the dashboard, but he has not moved it yet. So please, Guacap and Ryokuli, you can move your articles to the main space so that it will be complete, and then everyone can be able to view it But if you encounter any challenge, please tell us, and then we'll see what the problem is. So I think Zeron is the only one that has no assigned article, but would assign an article to him to work on. So let me go back to the lesson again, and I will take us on the practical part of this very lesson. So we're treating translating to articles to other languages, from the English Wikipedia to other languages. So just as Kwe was reading through, he was talking about translating articles from the French Wikipedia to the English Wikipedia, and not just from the English to the Tyap. I think I have actually translated a lot of articles that I wrote initially from the Tyap Wikipedia from top to bottom. I do it in Tyap first of all, then later on publish it in the Tyap Wikipedia, then later on copy everything from Tyap, paste it in the English the sandbox, and then begin to translate it back to English, and then I publish it in the English Wikipedia. So one of the reasons that made me to be doing it like that is in case if I create an article and it gets deleted in the English Wikipedia, it will not pay me because it is already existing in the Tyap Wikipedia. So I can always translate it anytime. But if I only translate in the English Wikipedia and leave it there, they can delete it anytime because maybe one or two things. Maybe they see that this article is not having enough notability. So they can just delete it, and then I will not have any copy anymore. So that's one of the advantages. So it depends because some of us who are here, some of us don't really understand the Tiap language, so you may not be able to contribute to the Tiap language Wikipedia. And some of us understand, not all, for some of us, all of us, I believe, understand Pidgin English. But then we have not really been writing in Pidgin English, and even the writing we are doing in Pidgin English, we are not even sure whether that's how we should render them. Well, you can be able to translate in Pidgin, and then there are admins there that would correct your spellings there to the right Pidgin English translation. And then for the Jew speakers, you can actually translate in the incubator. So whatever we are going to do now is just the same thing as you do it in the incubator, and the same thing for the Baron editors. You can still do the translation based on the lesson I'm going to show you in the Baron Wikipedia as it is. So the first step is after you have created your article in the English Wikipedia, for example, let me go to any article that will take me to the English Wikipedia. Let me check Abuja, for example, on Wikipedia. I just need a Wikipedia environment. So um, I've just searched Federal Capital Territory right now. So from here, this one will take me to let me just change my view to mobile view so that it will look exactly as you see it on your own mobile phone. So I changed to mobile view now, and I'm in mobile view. So I would change my own I'll check this humanoid figure and check my own sandbox. So so let's assume that I created Manuel actually, but I have not translated it yet. So I cannot be able to see Manuel here again since I have moved it already to the main space of English. So all I need to do is to search English. I'll just come to the very top here. You see search Wikipedia, then you see search up here. So I'll just search for Manuel. So it is there. All I need to do is to click on that result I showed me, and then I can see Manyegi is still existing. No one has edited it yet. But if I check this very more, I'm going to see information about how many people view this article and so on and so forth. So I'll just click on that more, and then I click on page information, and then I'll be able to see just 9 people viewed this very article. And then if I want to see like where they are from, I can click on that very line, and then I'll see that's the sorry, not where they are from, but the rush, the data, how many people viewed it per day. So if it is 5 people, you see it under 5. If it is 4, like 9 people viewed it, and tomorrow will be another number. So that's another one that you can be able to, you know, be using to be checking. So I only went to this more, and then I clicked on these three dots, and then I went to page information. That's where I saw it. So I can be able to see how many bytes this article is. So you can see the page length is 3,628. So if you are creating an article in the English Wikipedia, please do your best to make sure that it is at least 2,500 bytes. At least 2,500. Don't make it less than that, as much as possible. So this article as it is, okay, this article as it is good enough. So you can develop your own article like this and make sure that it meets to standard. Just put more information, do more research, and then you'll be able to get a higher number of bytes per article. So I want to translate this manually in the Tyap Wikipedia. So I need to actually go to a Tyap Wikipedia environment rather. So what I will do here is I will create another page. I'll leave this page and then I'll go to another page. In your phone, you can be able to minimize by going to the top and then to the right hand side of your Google browser. Then you see some numbers in a square. So click on that very place. You are going to see some images of what you have browsed before in tools, arranged top to bottom. So you can minimize, browse one thing or the other, and so for you to search the TIA Wikipedia, just type kcg.wikipedia.org. So if it is Pidgin, it's pcm.wikipedia.org. If it is Zhu, Zhu has not been published yet on Wikipedia, so Zhu is still a project incubator. But if it is published, it's going to be kaj.wikipedia.org. The same thing with Berum. If it is published, if it is live, it will become bom.wikipedia.org, and so on and so forth. So Igala is itl.wikipedia.org, and then other languages with their code wikipedia.org. So I want to create this very article manually in the Tyap Wikipedia. So all I need to do is to actually spell it the Tyap way in this very box. Actually, we're working on this very interface. So later on, this interface will not look the way it is looking anymore. It will look something else. So, but for the meantime, this is how it looks. So when I'm typing in Tyap, I would have to be putting the underscore using the extension, the media wiki extension that Amir helped us to set up. So this is many AG, and then I'll click on hook article do. So it's the same process with any other language that has a Wikipedia version. So this one that I'm going to do is just the basic type of editing, whereby I'll just go to a page that is existing with an article already in the English Wikipedia or any other Wikipedia, and then copy everything, and then come back to the Czech Wikipedia, and then I'll paste it, and then I'll begin to work on it. But then there's another way of editing, which they call the section edit or so. That one, you don't have to copy everything and paste, but we're not going there right now. Maybe we'll learn it another time, but this is just the basic of all the basics that I'm letting you to see. So first of all, you have to find an article you want to translate. Then you go to the Wikipedia edition that you want to copy from. Let's assume it's English. So I'm at English Wikipedia right now. I'm on here is the article I want to translate. So I'll copy everything here, and then I'll take it to the tab Wikipedia box and I'll paste it, and then I'll begin to translate it. So it's a simple process actually. So I'm not going to copy this sandbox because this info box, because the tier Wikipedia does not have this yet. It has, but then it needs a lot of work. So we don't have to use this one if it is tier Wikipedia. The same thing with this view in the incubator. Instead, we use just data box, and then it will be all. So we copy first of all from we copy from the main article on the main part of the article to as much as we want to translate. So I can just copy as much as I want to translate, copy, and then I'll go back, I'll minimize to the Tyap Wikipedia, and then I'll paste whatever I have copied. I'll paste it, and then I'll begin to translate. So the process is quite very simple. So all you need to have is the knowledge of the language. So maybe I will not have to translate everything, but I'll just do it so that we'll finish very quickly, and then I'll show us the same thing in the Pidgin English Wikipedia. So in Tiap, we only have one way of spelling the whole thing. So maybe I'll just replace the tab with English. So this is how uh, we link to the English Wikipedia. So Shom, and then we'll put the word for language, which is earlier, and then I'll put a pipe because I only want Shom to appear at the end of the day. So in the Shom version, there will not be any underscore, and then instead of having Hausa language here, I'll just have part here, and then I'll have a link because this is exactly the way the article looks in the tab Wikipedia, and then the part also is also there, and then I need to translate now, but yet um, I mean sorry, Manyevi yet Abake and Kia, let's say uh, uh, sorry for those of us who don't speak there, you may be a bit bored, but you can just look at it. It may help you sometime. So yet Abake and Kia. So for me, I just delete the one that I translated, and then I'll leave the one that is yet to be translated. So no farm, John John. So John John also has an existing article. So the word district is represented by the word farm in Tiap. So no, uh, the word that is used for Zango Kataf here is nature of Akan. So instead of Zango Kataf here, I have nature of Akan. But then here, the word for local government is South um, Ogometi of Akan. And um, then the farm, um, the farm, then Southern Kaduna is Attack Kaduna. So Attack Kaduna. But I only want attack to appear, so I'm only going to put um, I'll put a pipe and then I'll put attack so that only attack would appear there. Then stated Kaduna.
Please check the Kaduna WhatsApp.
Yes, that's
Okay,
what I
okay,
want to say.
okay. So do from Kaduna. Then then the middle belt more uh, or do from authority
Equality.
authority authority although it's supposed to be pharmacoetia for the belt pharmacoetia, or maybe if I want to do something crazy here, I don't know how should this sounds, but the farmer being pharmacoetia Nigeria. So look at the way I render the citation. So the citation still remains the same thing as it looks. The title, I will not translate the title as it is in English. That's the way. Okay, this is the short form of it, so I don't need to touch this, but I can translate. This is where the citation ends. for this very one. Then the postal code now. So we for now use the word Jojo Omo for the word postal code Jojo Jojo Omo for postal code. So Jojo Omo Abakayan Abakayan Dija. That's the postal code Jojo Omo Abakayan Dija. Then this number. We have Dija instead of Kikia because if it is Abaka it is going to be Kikia, but because Junjo is at the very front here, so we have to use the definite article for Junjo, which is G, and then the definite article for Abaka is Ka, but we are referring to the Junjo instead of the Abaka, so Abaka and Dija get this very number. And then for this very one, the reference that we are using, we have to change something here. Everything here, you don't have to translate anything here. We don't have to translate the citation, we don't have to translate the title, we don't have to translate the website, but the date, because these dates have already been translated in a website called Translate Wiki. So whenever we translate these dates, there will be no problem because Translate Wiki knows the right spelling in Tiap, so it won't give us any problem. So August is Juat Onenai, but you have to be very careful with the spelling. If you spell Onenai with with small letter A, it's not going to work. It's going to give you an error. It has to be capital letter I, and if you spell it without a dash under, it's going to give you an error message. So you have to spell it exactly the way it's supposed to be spelled, Onenai, and then every other thing is correct. And then the second citation is okay, but we have to also translate the Juat Onunai. Then any other thing that this one, everything must mean the same thing except where the date is written. Like you can
What
choose
about
to
the
put
second A and I, sir?
the second A and I. Where
On the other nine,
Onunai. So
I'm not
this one
seeing underscore.
there's an underscore already here. I can't increase my screen. I can't view closely more
No,
than
No, I mean
what
the
is
second A and I, the last two
okay.
letters.
this? No, no
No,
need,
this
no need.
no, this. Oh, okay. So if you have if you have a with an underscore, it is pronounced uh, uh, and then if you have I with underscore, it's pronounced uh. But if you have a without anything, it is ah, and then if you have I without anything, it is e. So you have n, nai, nai. These are just the two special letters in the whole of the Tiab language. So once you are able to catch this one, you are good to go in reading Tiab. So that's why we don't call this one a move. It is a move, a move, and then this one is not a backhand. It is a backhand because this is and then this is and this is a, this is so air backhand with an engine. So I don't think you are confused, or are you still confused?
No, I
No,
think you have
I get it
responded to
now.
the. So this
Okay.
one is just our orthography, how it is being written in the tab. So unless you
Yes.
understand the language, you keep on having this confusion.
Yes, so you need to catch this one very well. That's why we are starting the book camp tomorrow. So you'll get to know more about it. So we can just choose. We can just write a summary. The summary is just namaliat. When you are eating food now, the meat is usually the last part of the food to disappear. So we just call this one the namaliat because this is the summary of everything. So the Namaliat is unhook article the file. That's I'm creating a new article. So we can just do that and then we share it. That's we publish it, and then we have. So there's a red warning here because I'm using a shortcut for me that the right article, the right citation that I was supposed to put here is what I deleted at the very bottom. So I don't know if I should bring it so that I'll just publish it and then we'll see that everything will come out very fine. But I'm seeing dots, I'm seeing red here in Zonzon. So I'm not sure if Zonzon is existing or it's not existing in the Tyap Wikipedia, but Netene Fakan is existing. So um, Johnson is not existing yet in the tier Wikipedia, so we have not created it as an article yet. So I think this nature of account is not supposed to have a dash at the very middle. So that's why it's giving a red there. So you see everything is blue and it is clickable. By the time I click this, it's going to link me back. So when you read this very article and you see that there are things that are, the grammar in the tab is not so fine, you can rearrange it. That's what is called editing. So you can go through every article that is already existing, see the grammar. No, this one is supposed to be like this is supposed to be like that, then you correct it. So you can also see this very box that we use for translating of other dialects like Fantuam, Borok, Solo, Taka, Tuku, and Techera. So we can also put this one in the new article that we just created. So the way we do it is that you just go to an existing article that has that very template, those very templates. So everything starts from this very, or everything, all the templates start from this very place and end here. um, so everything starts. This very short description is another thing entirely. But this is the template. Then the data box, instead of us having info box, they will put the data box. But first of all, let's start with data box first, and then we'll see how the article will look by the time we publish it. Let's put the data box. Let's put the data box and see how it looks. You can see two curly brackets, two curly brackets, but it's not going to work. I know. So publish it is not going to work because you know why? Who can tell me why?
because it's not connected to
It's
the
supposed
Wiki
to be
Commons,
below.
Okay, it's not connected to Wikidata yet.
Wikidata,
That's
sorry.
Yeah, that's the reason why. So you see, Menyeju, after creating Menyeju yesterday, we didn't link it to Wikidata. So we have to link this Menyeju to Wikidata for us so you can see the whole thing. So I don't know, should we link Wikidata right now or should we go bit by bit until we reach Wikidata before we edit? I think we should leave Wikidata for now, right?
Kokuma do it now so that
I
some
should do
people will
it.
not confuse.
Okay. So I'm going to link Menyevi, but I have to create another window again. I will open another window and then I'll type wikidata or whatever. You just need to just link me to a Wikidata environment. Once you see this very logo, you're in Wikidata. So all I need to do is to search for Menyevi to see if it is already existing. If it's not existing, then I have to create the article for Menyevi. So I can see from the search, it is not even showing anything. Then I'll search for backing.
Check very well. You do not spell well.
I know. So you can search for backing Kogi to see if it is existing. But I can see that backing Kogi is not even existing. This one is the primary school on that realm road around that in Plateau State. So backing Kogi is not there. Manyeju, no matter how I spell it, the keywords are captured here, it is going to bring me the options. So you can actually look at the word letter, for example, or letter. So you can see, just I spelled it without an R, but it brought about letter, literary, anything that has a let inside, it brings it out. Even extra things. So if Manyeju is present here, even if it is like this, or even like this, the options may come out. But this shows that Manyeju is not even there at all. So I'll just change my screen to look like no, it has to be in this very. So if you are using a phone, you have to switch your phone to desktop view. In other words, you have to scroll down and check and make sure that this thing is showing you mobile view. You have to be seeing mobile view. If it is showing mobile view, then that means you are already on desktop view. But if it is showing you desktop here, that means you are in mobile view, and you need to change this one to desktop view. The reason why is that when you are in desktop view, that's when you are going to be able to view this site menu, this very main menu by the site here. So if you are using mobile view, you are not going to see this menu on your phone. So I need to create a new item, a new item. So I'll click on new item and then create new item, and then I'll type the name under the label Mani Yui, and then I'll put the description village in Kaduna State, Nigeria. If you are putting a description in Wikidata, please don't start with capital letter, except if it is a proper noun. Start with capital letter. Ordinary. Okay, so we can continue now. So you don't have to put, I don't know, but you may put a village, but you can just start it like this village in Kaduna State, Nigeria. So this place that you are seeing aliases or these aliases, you have to put other names by which this same village is known by. So you can put Mani, Ejui, with the two I without the hyphen, then separate them with a pipe. You don't have to put a space. Many a U with one I, then Baki Kogi, and then with a pipe again to put the other one Baki Kogi Kazare. So all you need to do is to click on create. Once you click on create, you see that it is created, and this number is very important. You need this number. So for me, in my own data box, in my own Babel, you get to know that later on. I have all these languages. That's why all these languages are showing. So I would have to translate this one. I'll click on edit, and then I'll translate it to Tyap. So I'll go to the section where there is Tyap there, and then I'll put Mayi, Ejui, and then the description, I'll just put Aba Kaya Matia. I can put other things, but I'll just stop like that, and then I'll publish it. I'll click on publish at the very top, and that is it. So now I don't need to leave it like this, because if I leave it like this, I'm going to have a problem with the admins. So I'll just need to go under the statement. I have to put about five statements. So at least five. So you can click on this add statement, because I am on desktop view. That's why I'm able to do this. If you're on desktop, I mean, because I'm on desktop view, if you are in mobile view, you may not be able to do this. So Monyevi is a human settlement, so I need to click on human settlement, and then I've added one statement. Then I'll go to add statement again, and then I'll click on add statement. Then the option country comes out. Then of course Nigeria. Then I type Nigeria, and then I click on publish. That's statement two, and then I click on that very box. So you see local government of administration, of course. I mean location of administration. So just say Kaduna State. You can put Southern Kaduna, you can put Southern Kata. It's all part of it. And then you can then I click on, then I'll go to coordinate again. Um, um, well, I can peep to see the coordinates here. Uh, so this is the coordinate. These are the coordinates here on this website of Manyeji. You can see it here. So I've just copied it. Then I'm going to come back. Oh, I closed it by mistake. So I'll paste it here. Once I paste it, you see the map will just appear. It will show the map, the exact location of Manyevi. Then I publish it. Then I'll put citation reference as to where I got this very information from. So I need to actually click on this very citation, so that I will cite this very page. So I'll copy main.org, and then I'll go back to my Wikidata, and then I'll click on add reference. Add reference. Whether you are using a phone or a computer, it's always going to show you that. So I'll just type URL. URL is where you now have this reference URL there. Then you paste that URL, and then you click on add. Then you put retrieve. Retrieve means the date. If you are putting the date, today's date in your Wikipedia, you will say access date. But if you are putting in Wikidata, you will type retrieved. So today's date is August 14, 2025. So August 14, 2025 has appeared. All I need to do is to go up here and then click on publish, and then I'm done with this one. So at least I've added one citation to my article. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4 statements. Let me add one more statement, and then I connect the dot. So so let me search for language. So I will go to language spoken, native language. I'll just type KCG there, or Tyap, and then stuff like that. So you can put more, as many as possible statements as you wish. So once you are done with this, you have put at least five. You go to Wikipedia, then you begin to connect your article. So you type the wiki code for that very website. So English Wikipedia is EN. Then I'll spell it exactly as it is in English Wiki. Manye. Before you even finish typing, the option will appear. Just click on the option and then click on publish. Automatically, my article has been linked to the Wikipedia article. So I will now add another Wikipedia. That's the Tyap Wikipedia now, KCG. Then spell it the Tyap way, or just spell Manye. The right option would appear. But if it doesn't appear there, I have to spell it correctly. So, well, I don't know why it's not appearing, but okay. I'm
You
spelling
have
with
not, you
one
have not,
I.
you have not published it.
No, I published it. I was spelling with one I.
Okay.
That's the reason why. Yeah. So Manyeju would appear now, and it would connect now. So we have both the Tyap and the English. So if you create this very Manyeju in the Pidgin English, you just come to this very place, and then you put PCM, and then you type it according to the way you just wrote it in the you created the title, and then you connect it to Wikidata. So now that I can now minimize and go back to my article. You see, earlier on, when I click on these three dots in the English Wikipedia, you are not going to see Wikidata item. But when I refresh, if I refresh this same English Wikipedia page, you will see, you can see language is now showing me. That means I can be able to click because I've added more than one language. So this one is clickable. And then here also, by the time I scroll down, I'm going to see Wikidata item. You can see Wikidata item is showing here. So by the time you click on Wikidata data item, it's going to link you to the same article on Wikidata. You can see it now. So I come back again. If you want to check if this article is written in many languages, you are going to see everything here. You just click on languages. In your own phone, you may only see that symbol for language, and then you see any other language that has this same article written in that very language, that very Wikipedia. So in your own phone, you may just see this symbol, this Japanese symbol, and this Latin symbol. You know, you may not see this. I don't know, but you know what you are going to see. So this is that. So let me just go back to the Tyap Wikipedia, and then I will refresh it. Or first of all, I'll just change it to mobile view, and then I'll see how it looks on mobile view. So once I just, you see the data box is already showing the data box. So every information that you have, you put in your Wikidata, that's what will appear inside of this very box. This is your info box now, but it is sourcing its own. It is tapping the information from Wikidata. But in the English Wikipedia, they are not using Wikidata. They are using info box, which you type manually in the English Wikipedia. So let me just translate this very one here, and then so that we don't see red again in that very. It's a short paragraph. So let's copy and then go back to the Tyap Wikipedia. We just come to this view, which is the edit, and then we come down and then we create it. So the area has an altitude of about, so we can just say a vocal. My keyboard is not working because I'm using mobile view, so I have to change to desktop view, which is represented by as a T in Tyap. So I'll just come back again here and then paste whatever I copied earlier on. So now I can be able to type with the Tyap keyboard. So um, uh, vocal geo, the area has altitude, to just translate it to height of high. How do you call that? Sheza. So Sheza is like height. Sheza Kubai Kubai Atatak Atatak Atatak. Then this number co meter, this number. So the nearest airport. So you just say Kiai Akaman Akaman Amanchon Akamanchon Kiai Akamanchon Kusha Pangpan Pangpan Australian Australian. Then I'll just delete whatever I've translated already. Pangpan Pangpan Mon 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 Abakayanka Abakayanka Kikiayet Hukwayet rather. So because we are using Kiai, so we have Hukwayet um Hukwayet, then Yakubu Gawan Airport. So we don't have an article for Yakubu Gawan Airport, so we just delete that very session. You just say Kiai Akamanchon Akamanchon Yakubu Gawan, and then the way it is rendered, it just is rendered in Tyap is in Tyap. So located, so push push uh, push different machine push 15 nautical miles push push 15 nautical miles. Let me just leave the nautical miles in English. So then I'll translate different machine. So then my citation is still going to be the same thing, title the same thing, but the date is going to change, and my translation is done. So at NNI, that's all. And then I publish this one. You can put the summary, and then this means that it's still showing. Okay, the full article is actually located in the info box. So I will need to go to the info box to get the full article, and then I will replace one of those shortcuts. So because we didn't copy the info box here, so I'm going to copy the info box and replace any of them, any of those shortcut. Um, we may see it like I'm writing in Japanese now, but little by little you get to understand. So I'm replacing the shortcut that was there before now, and then I will remove this double square bracket from John John because it is not existing yet, so that everything will be in blue color, no red anywhere. So you can see it, you can see everything is looking good. So but now we need the this reference, everything should go below a reference line. So we need to put something in English. We put two equal tools, and then we'll put references, but in here we'll put Yafan, and in Fantuan we'll put Yetfang, Yetfang. But then this one here, we'll put ref list just exactly as it is in the English Wikipedia, and then the categories, instead of us writing categories, we are going to write sir, and then we put the chain of account there, and so on and so forth. So we can be able to have um, as many as possible of, okay, so this one is not the right one, but you can check this very article that is of the chain of account itself, and then we'll see what exactly is is the article or the right rendition. So you can choose any of the right categories that you need to group that very article, and then you add. So let's replace that one with a bin chok atiap. So we can publish this, and then everything is going to be blue from up down. So this is a good article, isn't it? So we'll copy that very top part of it, that very one. Thank you. So we'll now copy that place that this will translate into other dialects. So we just go to an article that has it. That's this very one now. They will just copy the whole thing. It starts from one here and then it ends at this dialect here. So we copied it, and then we'll come back and then go to this edit part of it, and then we put this one at the very top of data box. You can see it here. So we begin to translate. This is the title of the page.
Your screen is
Cop-
hanging.
okay, so I think it's your network, but the YouTube is working fine. So I'm going to replace, instead of having the channel Faka here, I will replace it with Manye V. Um, okay, it's hanging actually too. So it's the network. So sorry about that. So I will replace the front one, will actually call it Manye HV, but in yeah, the front one will call it Manye HV, and then Gorok will call it we call it Manyevi, but the A here will be the inverse E. That's the turned E like this. So later on, for Grok speakers, before they will translate, they'll have to change this one to the symbol they use, which is the schwa sound, and then this one, the bigger schwa sound, or the E inverse. But for Sholio would write it the way the Tyap would write it, more or less the same thing. And then for Takat, um, I think it should be the same thing, except if Takat calls river Ujwi, which I'm not sure it is Ujwi, but Meni seems to be the same thing all over. And then Chuku seems to be the same thing over. So, but if any of them is wrong, any of these dialects can correct it before they start translating. And then this is the dialect in which we are translating in, which is the Mabadodo dialect. But if it is Phantom, I'm just going to change this one to Phantom, and then I'll change this one also to Phantom, and then everything would change in the interface. So you can see it now. If I was to translate to Phantom now, I'll copy everything. I'll click here. It's the same process. Copy everything. Click here. I'll paste it, and then I'll begin to translate to Phantom again. So that's the way it works. So we'll do more of this one in another time. So I'm done with the translation to Tyap from English, and then you can see in Tyap it's showing me a new. So it is actually English that has been translated. So if I click on English, I can be able to go to the English Wikipedia. If I come here again, I can be able to go to the tab Wikipedia. And what is making it available like this? It is Wikidata, because we connected it to Wikidata. That's why we are able to. So that Wikidata item is the one represented by Anga Wikidata. So I think the wiki is supposed to be you, so that it become Wiki data in here. So I think this is all for the TAP session. So I don't know, should we do the Pidgin English version of this very article? Students, should we do wiki data version? Should we do the pidgin English version, or should we go? Everyone is quiet.
Yes, and then
Sorry, sir,
I
I didn't
think
get the question.
I said, should we translate to pidgin, or should we just go home like this? So that for those of us who are interested in editing in the pidgin, not all of us can be able to edit in the Tyap Wikipedia. For those of us who don't understand Tyap, then definitely you can be able to contribute to the pidgin English, and even Igala.
Let's go.
Okay, we should translate to pidgin English.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to English Wikipedia again. When we click on English, then and also this C also you can also translate it into the tier version of it. But the stuff we don't have the template for it yet in the tier Wikipedia, so no need to put the stuff there. So for us to translate the same thing in pidgin English, we have to go to a pidgin English environment. So would actually have to type pcm.wikipedia.org, pcm.wikipedia.org. So you see, welcome to Nigeria Wikipedia. So in the pidgin English Wikipedia, I'm not sure about where to go and create, because it is not written. There's no box that I'll type in, but there's a system I use whenever I am creating an article in the pidgin English Wikipedia. So I have to go to an existing article, like let's say Tiap, for example, Tiap language. I'll just go to Tiap language, and then I'll create something temporal somewhere, anywhere I can edit. I'll just go to edit source now, and then type the name first temporarily, uh, and then I type the name Mani Ejui, then I publish it. Even though ideally, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Ideally, but because I've not really taken my time to study the pidgin English Wikipedia very well, so this is just the way I just do it on my own way. But you can discover it yourself. So Manyeji is here. All I need to do is to click on this one, and then I begin to create. Then later when I'm done, I delete it before I go. So I'll go to the English Wikipedia, and then I'll go to edit source, and then I'll copy everything minus the info box, because everything is still like the tier Wikipedia does it in the pidgin English Wikipedia. So we'll just copy as much as we want to work on, and then we'll come back to the pidgin English environment, and then click on that very thing that you just did, and then you paste it. You paste it there. Yeah, so this is the section editor I was talking about. In this very case, you just need to click on this one, then you begin to translate. But we'll do this another time. So for now, this is the basic of all the basics. So to start translating this now, we'll just go straight ahead. But for the data box, you can put data box here, just like the tab. So this is going to link you to Wikidata. So many AG, or you would want I. So in Pidgin English, Tiap is written as Tiap language. So we can put a pipe bet so that people who can be able to read only Tiap here. And then Hausa language, and then Hausa uh, is a village. So na village, for
so we go speak pidgin tired today.
English what so na village for Zonzon district. So na village for Zonzon district, for I'm not sure if this actually has an article. So just to avoid all those red things, for Zango Kata local government. So I don't know if they spell it with L, but local, local government, local government area, Southern Kaduna has an article. Southern Kaduna. So this is Southern. Sorry, for Southern. Sorry, Southern Kaduna State for Middle Belt. I'm not sure. I think I created for Middle Belt, but I'm not sure for Middle. So the spelling, I think it should be Middle now. Middle Belt region for Nigeria. So this is the best I can do for now. So if there's any mistake in the translation, someone is going to correct it. So the postal code now, the postal code is supposed to be a K, but I don't know. For the village postal code now, the village postal code now, then the number will follow suit. The village postal code na dash dash dash, and then every other thing, the citation. I'm not sure if pidgin English was able to do or to create all the templates that were necessary, but we'll try it and see if everything is. So we'll just leave everything like that. Then the area get altitude, it get height. I'm not sure of okay, it get height. We we reach close to uh, close we reach close to 2,000 feet or meters. So the airport we when near pass the community, community uh, na the Yakubu Gowon Airport for Jos. So I'm not sure if Jos has an article with the for east. So I'm not sure about the spelling of east, but that's all. So see also you fit see you fit also see Tyap and so on and so forth. So you can delete this one. Then references, uh, where you see where you see the tori, where you get the tori. So that's what is there. But I don't think
Exactly.
this template is present in. So if the template is not present, this is the universal referencing for all Wikipedias, whether you have the template or not. So for category. So I'm not sure all these categories are present in the pidgin English, but we can just leave it. So this top is not present. So we can just go to summary. Just say I want publish. So you can put anything there. So oh sorry, the it's supposed to be references, not reference. It's supposed to have an S. So you publish it, so everything is good. But these ones, they are not existing the way they are, so that's why they're in red color. So this one, we still have to do what we did to this very type article, by going to the full citation in the info box of the real English wiki. This very one here. This is the full citation of that Mindat's website. And then we come back and replace this short one here, this very short Mindat reference here. So we replace it with the full one. So once we have the full one done, we publish it. So before you know it, everything is perfect apart from this ones. This one later on it can be taken care of. So the article is good to go. By the time you click on Tyap, it's going to link you to the actual article for Tyap language in the Pidgin English Wikipedia. By the time you click on Hausa, it's going to link you to the Hausa language Wikipedia article in the Tyap. I mean in the Pidgin English Wikipedia. But then the info box is not showing because we have not linked it. So we go back to Wikidata, and then in this place that we have Wikipedia, we click on edit, and then we click on PCM where we see wiki PCM, and then Maniyajui is the same spelling that we used. So we can click on publish now, and it is done. So PCM, Pigeon, and then they're all there. So we need to refresh, and then we see the info box showing us. So this is the info box. So whenever you update the info box in Wikidata, is going to also update here, and it's becoming longer and longer and longer. So you can put pictures there. I think Manyeju has a picture. So you can put the picture in the Wikidata article. So we can just copy this very picture instead of us going to search it again on the Wikimedia Commons. So we can just locate where the picture is, and then we with the image is extension, and then we copy it. We just copy the image skyline image extension, and then we leave this very page, and then we can refresh here again, and then we go to the pidgin. Sorry, we go to Wikidata. So we just go to Wikidata, and then right here we add another statement, add statement, and then we add image image. So once you add image, then you paste that very extension, and then the right image will come out, and then you publish it. So whatever wiki it is that uses this Wikidata extension, you see, sorry, not this one. Whatever wiki that uses this Wikidata extension, this what do you call it now? I'm sorry. Um, this very data box, any wiki that uses this one, whatever you modify in that very Wikidata is going to reflect here. So I just added the image. So the image is showing in the data box. So by the time I switch to the tab version also, this same image is still going to show. So that's the way everything works. So for the Zhu language, we may not go to the incubator. Or should we go to incubator again?
No.
Okay. So I believe that our Jew editor has seen this, and other Jew editors who are going to see, and also the Berom editors who are going to watch this very video, they will all see the process. So the same process you see in the Tyap Wikipedia, the same process you see in the only difference between Tyap Wikipedia and the Pidgin English Wikipedia is this thing you are seeing, this very extension that helps us to translate to different dialects of the KCG group of dialects. So in the Pidgin English, you don't see this because Pidgin English, although Pidgin English has different dialects too. Warri Pidgin is different from Lagos Pidgin, is different from Calabar Pidgin, is different from Abuja and Kaduna Pidgin. So that's that. So maybe later on, Pidgin English may develop to have that. But for now, this is actually our lesson. So I don't know if anybody has a question as regards what we just did. Does anyone have a question? No question? So everyone is quiet. So I believe everyone is tired and everyone just wants to go home. So if there's no question, then maybe I'll just will give you an assignment. So what assignment should we give you in this very case? So I think everybody amongst us, there's somebody who understands Ju, there's somebody who understands Tiap, there's somebody who understands Pidgin. So if you don't understand Tiap, you will understand Pidgin. If you don't understand Pidgin, you understand Ju. All of us who are here. So there's no exception. So the assignment is that the article you translated or you created today or yesterday, translate it in the Tyap Wikipedia for the Tyap speakers. And for the you speaker, translate the article you created in the incubator and then share the link with us in the group. And then for our Igala speaker and Idoma speaker, um, the article you translated or you created in the English Wikipedia, translate it to Pidgin English. And if you can translate in the Igala Wikipedia, it's still the same process. So Idoma is here to have a project. So hopefully, um, Idoma should have a project very soon. And I don't know, it depends on the speakers of the language. So
Yeah,
it's good that we have more language Wikipedias in the middle belt here so that all our languages would be saved. So if there is no question, we would update the Wikidata, I mean the outreach dashboard page so that we would see the assignment formally written there. But I just gave us the assignment. The article you translated, please translate it to the Tab Wikipedia or to the Pidgin English or to the the Jew Wikipedia in the incubator or Berom or even the Igala language Wikipedia. So from tomorrow, we are supposed to have another lesson which is going to be on commons, how to upload pictures on commons and audio and all that. But then we have a clash. So by 7 o'clock, we are going to start the Tia Wikimedia Bootcamp online. So with that now, we may not be able to hold two programs at the same time. So we are going to move this very called this mentor me program to 4 o'clock p.m. Please don't be annoyed. Please be available for this mentor me program by 4 p.m. tomorrow. If you check the page on Meta, you will see that the date has been added to the date. That's if I'm to share it for you to understand very well. The date has been adjusted. The time has been adjusted. So by the time you go to the Meta page, you are going to see it here. Uh, you are going to see it here. You are going to see it here. So it's 4 p.m. West African time. So 4 p.m. then would would do the best we can do to round up so that by 7 p.m. we can start the Tia Wikimedia Bootcamp online. So for those of us who are interested in, even you are not a Tia speaker, you are interested in learning something about Tia, please be present so that we all improve in knowledge. And something that they said about people who know many languages is that when you have knowledge of many languages, your brain will be booting like the way sparks are happening. Pa, 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 pa. So that's the way
mm,
your brain will be booting. You know maths very well. For me, I never do maths very well. I never do maths. So please be available. So thank you very much for your time. Sorry for the time taking. Thank you. Mm, thanks. So I hand over to Chris.
okay, thank you very much, Kambai. And to our students, we sincerely appreciate you. We want to thank you especially for your consistency and your interest in trying to learn all these things that we have been doing. So please understand that in the event where you try to make translation or anything, this session is being recorded. All you need to do is to go back to the YouTube and you are going to watch the session from start to the end so that you can refresh your memory as it's regarding your assignment. Please remember, assignments are very important. Also, note that at the end of tomorrow, for those who completed all their homework, no, is it tomorrow or next tomorrow? Next tomorrow. we are going to have at least a data science session on Monday, and we are going to have
So the
sorry,
network is not.
the network keep kicking me out. So please, at the end of this week, that is, it's going to be on Saturday that we're going to end this session. So after this week, the subsequent edition weeks is going to be, I think, it's going to be once weekly. After this week, we are going to have be having session once in a week. If I'm correct, okay, no, no, come by. Am I correct on this one?
Yeah, yeah,
After this week,
yeah, you are correct. We are going to start having in person and online, both in person and online. Except during the Wikidata week, that's when we are going to be having it, um,
yes, multiple
multiple
times.
times. So,
So, but for after this week, at least we are going to have some slack. And within this period, it is going to also allow us to go back and watch the videos and to look at the lessons properly so as to get ourselves fully acquainted. Meanwhile, we'll also be going to be having our in-person sessions after this week. So all those things are there on our meta page. All we need to do is to go back and check our timetable, and we are going to see all that. So keep it a day with us. Sincerely, we appreciate. Just remember, tomorrow our session is not 7 p.m., but it's going to be by 4 p.m. So that it will allow us some time to prepare ahead of the boot camp, which is starting by in person starting on Saturday. So for the online, all of us here, we are all invited to attend the session, either online, no, online, because the in person is an exclusive session. So we appreciate each and every one of you as we take our bus. But before then, is there any question? Is there any question?
Please, I don't know. I don't have yesterday's assignment. I don't have any for me yet. I don't know if anyone can be created for me. Let me see if I can try.
yeah,
Yes,
one
you'll
will
be
be added
assigned.
for you very soon.
Yes, you'll be assigned an article to work on. All right. So, in the absence of anything, I think it is time for us to say a goodbye. Meanwhile, we are still here in the office. Myself and come by. We are still here
Mm,
buzzing. Even the rain is falling outside. We
honestly.
just call our pilot. Our pilot tell us that the aircraft has patch, the tire is punctured, so we don't know how we're going to do. So, from me to
Oh,
you and the entire leadership of the Tyap Wikimedians User Group, we want to appreciate you sincerely for taking our time from the beginning to the end. So thank you and hope to see you tomorrow in good health. Thank you very much.
bye bye. Thank you. See you tomorrow.